Days fans, it's Wednesday morning. I'm going to talk about Tuesday's episode. Sorry I look like Scary Spice. I'm about to go for my morning run, but the boss man said I better do a recap real quick before because we didn't do it last night, and it was a very important episode. So, now you all know I'm not naturally beautiful. Oh, big surprise! The cat's out of the bag. Alright, so, let's start with Johnny. I cannot even begin to wrap my head around the fact that we are going to have Johnny have cancer in his other eye. I mean, as a mom, and I know a lot of you are moms also, and dads, it was gut-wrenching watching the first eye removed, and call me a former blonde or something, but it wasn't until this morning that I'm like, oh yeah, that's going to kind of make him blind. You know, you can have the one eye out and the other eye can compensate, but you kind of need to have at least one. So what are they going to do? Are they going to have Johnny lose both eyes and become blind? Or is he going to get, could he potentially get an implant from Dr. Treadway? Oh, please let that happen. Oh, please let Dr. Treadway end up on EJ's payroll and really go to the dark side. Oh, let that happen. Okay, that's just insane. And of course, I am starting to see complete love between Nicole and EJ. He is going to fall in love with her for finding this cancer and saving Johnny's life. We didn't get to see the real potential of Joel the first time. They gave us a little tease, and then they decided to go for the greater Jammy good, and they totally messed up the chemistry between those two, which is not easy to do because they have some powerful freaking chemistry. I mean, I love seeing the two of them talk together as actors just at these Days events. So I think we're going to get to see the real Joel, really passionate, sexy, sizzling, hot Joel. So stay in your seats and stay tuned. Next we have the whole Chad is coming into the fold. You know, he seems a little bit wary of the whole love fest Stefano is pouring down on him. You know, it looks like he's a little afraid to get hurt again. But Stefano's not going to let go. He has announced to the other children, and EJ's like, oh, so what's the problem? He doesn't want to be in our family? Good. And Stefano's like, what are you, a freaking moron? You're my son. You know what being my son means, what the loyalty is, the undying devotion. So what, do you think I'm not going to give this to your brother? He's my son like you are. And EJ's like, whoa. So I think I'm praying that we're going to get to see a storyline such as Young and the Restless with Nick and Adam, where these brothers just have this rivalry and hatred. We haven't had a real good brother story. Well, we'd see this is kind of like Austin and Lucas. Lucas wasn't too happy to give up having his mom all to himself when Austin came along, but that was a little different because it was a big brother. But this is going to be good, people. We are going to enjoy these scenes, and this is very good for Casey Diedrich's career because he is going to be, I'm sure, in scenes with EJ, James Scott, all the day long. Very good. Okay, next amazing storyline. Melanie, of course, is pregnant. We knew that she was going to be pregnant. Anybody with, you know, an IQ over 4 knew she was going to be pregnant. But God, how awesome was that for Nathan to show up at the door as she was reading the results of the pregnancy test. That just rocks. I mean, she can barely even digest the news. And then she's like, he says to her, I know that you still love me. Stephanie thinks I still love you and that you still love me. Is she right? And Melanie's like, whoa, I'm pregnant. Now you dump Stephanie. Now you want me back. I've got some other man's baby in my womb. I need to go out for a minute. And she tries to go to Daniel, but I mean, how much can Daniel take? He's got Chloe refusing to move out. He's got to physically kick her out take her keys away from her. And that was gut-wrenching. This storyline rocks. I cannot believe how much they are pulling our heartstrings between Mate and Philip and Chloe and Daniel, because these are all couples that have only been around for the past, less than 2 years, but yet they are really wrenching it for us. So they're doing a good job. But Nathan, I think he suspects that Melanie's pregnant, because he can tell that she's really upset, and she's like, well, yeah, my husband cheated on me with my stepmother, and he's like, I think it's more than that. And I think he suspects that I don't know how many people knew that she was trying to get pregnant, but this is going to be interesting, how they're going to handle this pregnancy. Are they going to have her miscarry? Are they going to have her deny her feelings for Nathan because of the baby? Now, Philip, do you not feel like the biggest frigging loser? Because, Sammy plug. Because, I meant Allison Sweeney, her show, obviously. Belle only stayed with you because she thought Claire was yours, which turned out it wasn't. But she wanted to be with Sean D. She would go up to the frigging rooftop and kiss him and love him and say, I can't be with you because of Claire. Are we going to see that again with Melanie and Nathan? Them, kissing every chance they get, but no. I mean, that is if they recast Nathan, I'm saying. But she's only staying with Philip. I mean, Philip, can you not get a woman to stay with you if you don't knock her up first? I mean, do they not stay with you for love? I don't know. Now you got this freaking Irish twins coming between Chloe's baby and Melanie's. This is a hot mess. So, I don't know what will come of that, but I know that Mark Hopka said on Twitter that this is his last week in Salem, and of course, they're way ahead, so I don't know how far we can expect to see him, but I have not heard whether or not they are recasting him, and I have not heard what they're planning to do with him. So there's 3 scenarios when a character or an actor leaves a show. The character can just go to Days Europe or some other place like Maryland for his internship or what have you, and that leaves the door open. They can always come back at any time, that actor or another actor. Next worst option is to be killed. That seems pretty final, but we all know they bring people back from the dead pretty regularly. And the worst thing they can do is recast you. And I don't know what they're planning on doing with him. There are a lot of campaigns out there. Perhaps the powers to be will listen. I don't imagine that that's going to happen, but we can all hope. So, I don't know. Don't know what's going on with that. Daniel having to pull his hand from Chloe's to get the keys away, that was pretty powerful. I thought they were having Chloe go all depressed and everything, but she looked kind of back to normal yesterday, the plunging neckline and hair done and all that, and she didn't seem quite as freaked out. But maybe finding out Melanie is pregnant is giving her newfound hope, because she thinks that then she'll forgive Philip, and if Melanie forgives Philip, there's a slight chance Daniel will forgive Chloe, and Philip will give up on Parker because he's going to get his own little baby. Not sure it works that way, but keep dreaming, Chloe. Okay, so we had some safe scenes. Sammy wants Rafe to pull strings to get Caroline out of trouble with the law. That's great. Great. Your husband has been the chief of police or commander or commissioner, whatever the hell he is right now, for about 5 minutes, and already you want him to sacrifice his job. Thank God Roman's not in that gig anymore. He's got his brother running off, breaking people out of jail. He's got his mother committing felonies. The Bradys are not behaving very well this January. I gotta say that. So Sammy's all wondering how Johnny's handling the patch, and tomorrow we'll see Nicole going to deliver the very sad news that the cancer is in the other eye. So I'm not looking forward to that. What the heck is up with Kayla blaming Carly for everything? Does this have to do with the daughters? Is this like one of those cheerleading psycho movies? Is this because, your daughter has stolen the heart of my daughters love. I mean, is this why is this anger for Carly? I mean, I know Kayla is close with Hope, so maybe that's where the animosity is coming from, but I did not watch a lot on a regular basis when Carly was around the first time. I saw her, and I saw scenes with her and Bo, but I was not a regular viewer until right around the time that she was in the coffin below ground. So I didn't exactly see a lot of scenes with her and Kayla, but from what I understand, they were really tight. So I'm going to look for some kind of video clip about that to put up today, because this is just insane. But somebody said at one point Carly got Kayla kicked out of nursing school, which didn't seem to end too badly for her. So I don't know. If you have a good clip for that, let me know. Okay, time to go on my run. So I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday, and we will check back with you tonight. Bye-bye.